They told me my husband died a hero. I buried him and tried to move on. Then my sister found something that proved he might still be alive. The knock came early in the morning. Too early for anything good. I already knew. Before I opened the door. Before I saw the uniforms. Before they spoke a single word. My hands trembled as I turned the handle. 2 officers stood there. Serious. Silent. Respectful. "I'm sorry," one of them said. That was all it took. The world didn't shatter. It just slowed. Like everything around me lost meaning. "Your husband died during a military operation," he continued. The words felt distant, like they were meant for someone else. Not me. Not us. He was supposed to come home. He promised. I nodded without realizing it, my body moving on its own while my mind refused to accept what was happening. They spoke about bravery, honor, sacrifice, words that sounded important, but empty because none of them brought him back. The funeral happened days later. Closed casket. That should have been my first question. But grief doesn't think clearly. It just survives. People came. Friends. Family. Strangers who thanked me for his service. I stood there, shaking hands, hearing condolences that blurred into one long, meaningless echo. "I'm so sorry. He was a hero. You must be so proud." Proud. The word felt wrong. I wasn't proud. I was broken. When they lowered the casket into the ground, something inside me went with it. The finality of it. The silence. The reality I couldn't escape anymore. He was gone. Or, at least, that's what I was told. Days turned into weeks. The house felt empty without him. His clothes still hung in the closet. His mug still sat on the kitchen counter. Everything remained exactly where he left it, like he might walk back in at any moment. But he didn't. He never did. I tried to move forward, slowly, painfully, one step at a time. Then my sister came over one evening. She had that look on her face, the one that meant something wasn't right. I didn't want to say anything at first. She said carefully. My chest tightened. "Say what?" She hesitated, then reached into her bag and pulled out her phone. "I think you need to see this." Something in her voice made my heart race again. Fear, hope, confusion, all at once. I took the phone from her hands, and the moment I looked at the screen, everything I thought I knew started to fall apart. My hands trembled as I stared at the screen. It was a photo, blurry, taken from a distance, but clear enough, too clear. A man standing near what looked like a checkpoint, wearing civilian clothes, head slightly turned. And yet, I knew that face. My heart slammed against my chest. "No," I whispered. "It couldn't be. It wasn't possible. He's dead," I said, more to myself than to her. My sister didn't respond immediately. She just watched me carefully. "I thought the same thing," she said quietly, "but look closer." I zoomed in. My breath caught. The scar above his eyebrow. The way he stood. Even the slight tilt of his head. It was him. Or someone who looked exactly like him. "That's him," I said, my voice shaking now. "It has to be him." The room suddenly felt too small. Too tight. "How did you get this?" I asked quickly. "My friend works with a logistics company overseas." She explained. "He sent me some photos from a restricted area. I wasn't even looking for anything. Then I saw him." I looked back at the image. My husband, alive, standing somewhere he wasn't supposed to be. "But they told me he died." I said. "They had a funeral." "A closed casket," my sister reminded me. The words hit harder this time, because now they meant something different, something darker. Why would they lie? I whispered. She shook her head slowly. "I don't know, but this doesn't look like a mistake." My mind raced. Military operation. No body shown. Immediate funeral. Everything suddenly felt controlled. Too controlled. What if he didn't die? I said, what if they wanted us to think he did? The thought sent a chill through me. Then the question is why, my sister replied. I stared at the photo again, trying to find anything, any detail that could explain it. Then I noticed something else. A small mark on his wrist. A band. Not military. Not casual either. Something official. Restrictive. My stomach dropped. That doesn't look right, I said. My sister leaned closer. What is it? That band. It looks like some kind of tracker. Silence fell between us. Heavy. Unsettling. You think he's being held? She asked. I don't know, I admitted. But if he is, then everything we were told is a lie. My heart pounded louder with every second, because this wasn't just about hope anymore. It was about truth and lies. Big ones. Dangerous ones. I need to find him, I said suddenly. My sister looked at me, startled. You can't just go looking for him, she said. What if this is bigger than we think? It already is, I replied. I held up the phone again. That's my husband. He's alive. And someone made sure I believed he wasn't. The realization settled in fully now. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't confusion. It was deliberate, planned, carefully executed. And if that was true, then whoever was behind it wouldn't want the truth coming out. Which meant one thing. I wasn't just chasing answers anymore. I was stepping into something dangerous, something I might not be able to walk away from. But it didn't matter, because the man in that photo, the man they told me to bury, was still out there, and I wasn't going to stop until I found him. I didn't sleep that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that photo. Him. Alive. By morning, I had made my decision. I'm going, I told my sister. She didn't argue. I'm coming with you, she said. 2 days later, we were standing near the perimeter of the location her friend had sent. Fences. Guards. Security too tight for anything normal. This isn't right, she whispered. No, I said. It's not. We waited until night, watched carefully. Then we saw movement, a group being escorted across the compound. And among them, my heart stopped. Him. No doubt this time. It was him, walking slowly, a band still around his wrist. He's not free, I whispered. Before I could stop myself, I stepped closer. Too close. A light snapped on. Hey, a voice shouted. But I didn't run. I couldn't, because in that moment, he looked up. Our eyes met. Everything else faded. Recognition hit instantly. Then fear crossed his face. Go, he shouted. To me. Leave now. Hands grabbed me, pulling me back. My sister yelled something, but I couldn't hear it. I thought you were dead. I cried. His voice broke through the chaos. I had to be. The words shattered me. This wasn't a mistake. It was planned. They dragged me further away. Wait, I shouted. He struggled for a second, then called out, find the file. Don't trust. His voice was cut off. He was gone again. Just like that. We were thrown outside the perimeter, alarms echoing behind us. My sister grabbed my arm. What did he say? My mind replayed it again and again. Find the file. Don't trust. Don't trust who? I looked back at the compound, my chest tight. He wasn't just alive. He was trapped. And whatever this was, it was bigger than us, more dangerous than I imagined. I took a slow breath. This isn't over, I said quietly. My sister nodded. What now? I stared at the dark compound. Now. My voice steadied. We find that file.